Right. So there are recipes that I had planned for the book that I'm now realizing may be too long and a video might actually work better. And this is one of such recipes. It's a 24-hour lasagna, and no, you're not going to be cooking for 24 hours. We're just doing everything the night before, letting it rest, and then assembling the next day. Um, I keep losing my train of thought because, guys, it's so hot. It's like 34 degrees and I can't focus right now. Okay, so the reason the lasagna is 24 hours is mainly because the meat sauce and the cheese sauce needs to rest to kind of develop those flavors. It's like everything tastes better the next day. So you could do it in one day. It would be good, but not as good as it is after 24 hours. The second reason is that your meat sauce kind of gets richer overnight, and it gets thicker, so it will give you those very nice well-defined layers that you probably wouldn't get if you did it immediately, because it's going to be kind of runny. And that's the second reason. The third reason is basically because it's much easier to prepare everything, and then especially if you're doing it for for a dinner party or whatever, it would be easier to assemble to prepare everything the day before and then just assemble it the next day. So it's 24 hours, it's not that long, and it tastes amazing. And my son is here today, so it's gonna be a wild one. So I'm gonna walk you guys through it. You don't have to make your own pasta, but you probably want to. You don't have to, but you probably want to, because it's just that much better. And everything else is pretty simple and pretty straightforward. I'm gonna walk you guys through it. Let me know what you think at the end of the video. If you liked it, would you make your lasagna in 24 hours? I bet you would, because this is the best lasagna recipe ever. First and foremost, let's start with our dough. You can rest the dough in the fridge overnight. It's perfectly fine. We're going to start with 400 grams of flour, and I'm going to season that with some salt. And then I'm going to add, let's make a well in the center. And then I'm going to add 4 eggs. 4 whole large eggs. And then just going to mix that in. Slow wins the race here, so you're very patient. Take your time. You're making your dough lovingly for yourself, because you love to eat good food, obviously. In my kitchen, I don't cook for anybody but myself. I cook what I love. I cook what I enjoy. If someone else doesn't like it, that's their problem. So all these lovely meals, I am creating them for myself. If you're lucky enough to benefit from that, great. But first and foremost is always myself. Life's too short not to put yourself first. Very gradually introduce your flour. You might not use all of this flour, you might use all of it. It all depends on the type of flour that you're using, and what eggs, how big your eggs are, and also the humidity of the area that you're in. So very slowly incorporate everything. Okay, so like I said, you might or you might not use all of the flour, so slowly incorporate your flour into your eggs. And this is basically the texture that you're looking for. Your pasta is firm but not too firm, and it's not sticky. And there you go. So you can rest this for 30 minutes to an hour if you're doing it on the same day, or you can rest it in the fridge for I'm sweating. That was quite a workout. Or you can do this, you can rest this in the fridge overnight. I'm resting mine in the fridge overnight. I'm going to wrap it with some cling film, and I'll see you tomorrow. again. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Last one. Ah, got it. Oh man. Garlic. I guess I'm using 1 clove of garlic, 1 huge clove of garlic. I'd intended on 3, but celery. I absolutely love the smell of this stuff. Love it. Let's get started with our meat sauce. Gonna saute our vegetables. Add some salt and let that cook. Okay, this has been sauteing for about 15 minutes now and everything is nice and soft. And I've cranked up my heat to medium high. And then I'm adding my beef mince. I'm using about 600 to 700 grams. Not too particular about measurements in this recipe. I feel like this recipe is not very strict and you can tweak and alter it to your own liking or to your own preference. Okay, so what's happened here is that the pot that I'm using is a bit too small, and instead of browning, my mince has just started steaming. So what you do is you want to pull all the meat away from the center so that you keep that free, and then this will just make the moisture evaporate a whole lot quicker than it would if it had all of that meat around it. So now this shouldn't take you more than a few minutes, and then you can just go back to browning your mince and then adding the rest of your spices. It's a very quick trick. As you can see, after a few minutes all of the moisture is completely gone and what you're left with is just fat, and then you're just going to continue browning your mince as per usual. So we're going to add our spices. I'm just using paprika, a liberal amount of paprika, about 2 tablespoons. We're not fussy about measurements today. We're just going with the feeling. Some oregano, about a tablespoon. And I'm gonna go in with some tomato paste, a 50-gram sachet of tomato paste. Okay, so the next step, we're gonna add our tomatoes in. And then we're gonna add about 500 mils of beef stock. And then I'm just gonna let this simmer for up until all the moisture's practically evaporated. I'm gonna lower my heat to around medium to low. And then just let this simmer up until it's nice and thick and rich. And for our cheese sauce, we're gonna start with some butter, around 100 grams. Looks about right. Maybe a little bit more butter. And then we're gonna whisk in some flour. We're creating a brew. cook that for a little bit until you can smell it get nutty but not burnt. Okay, so I'm gonna cook this for around 10 minutes covered, and then I'm gonna add my cheese in, and it should be nice. You can season this with some salt and pepper. My sauces come to the consistency that I want. It's not too thick but also not too runny, and that's basically what it looks like. And then now I'm gonna add about 100 grams of grated mozzarella. You can use whatever cheese you like. This is what's available to me. I'm using that, and then I'm gonna melt this in. And once this has melted, I'm gonna put it on the side, let it cool, and then I'm gonna keep it in the fridge overnight. It's gonna become nice and rich and cheesy and buttery. It's gonna be the perfect sauce for our lasagna. And now I'm just waiting for my meat sauce to finish cooking. I've added a teaspoon of sugar and then seasoned it with a bit more salt because it needed it. And this is yummy. This is so good. Okay, I could eat this with a spoon. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside now, and then I'll show you guys the meat sauce once it's done. And I'm gonna let that cool and then put it in the fridge, and that is all our lasagna prep done for today basically. This looks good. This has been simmering for about an hour now, and it's nice and rich. And I'm gonna turn off the stove and then just let it cool, and then I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Practically done for today. Our pasta's done, pasta dough is done, our meat sauce is done, our cheese sauce is done, and I'm done. I'm exhausted. Okay, so my dough was in the fridge overnight, and then I took it out to come up to room temperature for like 15 minutes, and then now I'm gonna divide it into 4. I don't have a pasta maker, and this would be much easier with a pasta maker, so yeah, my job's a little bit harder. And then I'm just gonna flatten this. I'm gonna roll this out by hand. If you have a pasta maker, please use it. It's like 34 degrees and I'm trying to roll dough by hand. Okay, I am using a cleaned broomstick because somebody, I don't want to mention any names, lost my rolling pin, so should be fun. Okay, so that's basically what you're gonna have when you're done rolling. It's very thin. You should be able to see your fingers through the dough if you put it to the light, and it's very firm and flexible and very soft, and that's basically what you're looking for. Okay, first we're gonna start by cooking our lasagna sheets in some boiling water for around 2 minutes. And the secret to a good pasta is heavily salting your water. That's literally it. Okay, so now we start layering our lasagna, and how you layer your lasagna says a lot about you apparently. And we're gonna go first with meat sauce. And okay, so once you have your meat sauce done, you're gonna go in with your cooked pasta. It's pretty cold now. And then leave a little bit from the edge. Don't go right on the edge. Maybe go there and there. Okay, so now we've got our pasta layer down. And then we're gonna go in with our cheese sauce. Okay, now you've got your cheese sauce down. Next goes in another layer of meat. Okay, so Now you've got your second layer of meat, and you're gonna go in with your pasta again. Pasta down, and then you're gonna go in with cheese sauce again. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with our meat again, and this is like the last layer. Okay, so once you've got your meat layer down, I'm gonna top all of that with some grated cheese. I'm using mozzarella again. And I've preheated my oven to 180, and I'm gonna bake this for 20 minutes, and it should be lovely and crispy and golden and delicious and perfectly layered.